Today we take some time to visit with a good friend of mine and one of the most winningest kayak anglers anywhere, Mr. Fil Spencer. Phil's been doing this a long time, and in fact he started off on long surfboards and windsurfers before there was ever kayaks to fish out of, so he thought of it before us. Phil has a room of at least 30 first place wins that he can remember, and in that room there's at least 75 plaques on the wall from the different winnings he's done recently. He has to rotate them out every few weeks. Here we visit with Phil for some time and ask him about his thoughts on the industry, tournament fishing, and just getting out and being a better angler. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for listening.
It's a lot of fun to get out and fish these tournaments. One of the things that I enjoy the most, besides meeting some great people, is being able to visit different places, fishing different areas, learning new areas, and having a great time. That to me is just, it calls my name to get out, that adventure, to get out and go to a new adventure somewhere else. Too many times we get out on the water and you go to the same spot all the time. You're not learning anything. That's not so much as an adventure, I think. I think more of getting out and learning new areas and being scared is a good thing. When you go to a place and you don't know what's around that corner, you know it's safe, to be out on the water, but you just don't know how far you can go. You don't know if you can get back if you don't have a GPS. Those are things that call us out onto the water. Getting out of your comfort zone and trying new things, nothing that's going to, put you in danger of losing your life, but try different things. You're not going to know if you don't try something new. The key to fishing in tournaments is to try to be consistent. If you have a 5 bass limit, try to catch those 5 bass, legal 5 bass. It doesn't matter what size. From there you can upgrade, but just try to get the 5. If you can't, it's okay. It will come. It will come. The more you do it, the better you get. That's the bottom line. The more you kayak, the more you fish, the more you learn the water, the more techniques you learn of throwing different artificial lures, the better you're going to get, the more fish you're going to catch. Social media is a great thing, but it has hurt the fishing industry, as people don't look at me holding up a fish right now. You're looking at what's behind me in the background. You want to know where I caught that fish, because you're going to go right back out there and you're going to fish that hole. Great. Tomorrow that fish probably isn't going to be there. Down in the saltwater, unlike the lakes and the rivers they move, but in the lakes they move around. They can't get out. In the saltwater, these fish are moving on any given day. I can take you to the same spot 3 different days in a row, and we will kill them one day, it'll be a good bite the next day, and the next day it'll be a tough bite, because those fish move. What it does help, it doesn't matter what you catch pre-fishing the tournament, because odds are there's going to be a storm, something's going to happen. The day of the tournament's not going to be like one of the days that you pre-fished. It's always going to be the opposite, basically. That's my rule of thumb. So always look for or expect the worst. You plan for the best, but expect the worst. When I pre-fish for a tournament days before, I don't try that hard. Yes, I'm going to catch fish wherever I go. And if I don't know the area, especially for pre-fishing, all I want to know is the bottom. I want to know what's under me. I want to see those oyster reefs. I want to see different points, different cuts. I'm looking for things to come back to on that tournament day to fish. Not so much that I didn't catch anything there today, because there's going to be a front. The weather's going to be different on tournament day, and I'm going to find these areas. When the tide comes up, I'm going to know where they are. I'm actually pre-fishing to help myself in days in advance, but it's not about catching the fish. Catching the fish pre-fishing doesn't mean anything, because you're not going to catch that same fish the day of the tournament. Your best thing to do is you figure out what the fish do in different water temperatures. Figure out the bottom, because in the wintertime they're going to be on the mud, they're going to be around the shell. In the summertime they're going to be on top of the sand, they're going to be around the grass beds. So they're going to vary themselves. You have to change and follow those fish. You have to do what they want. You have to change. You have to change and follow those fish. You have to do what they want. You have to do what they want and follow those fish. You have to do what they want.